make toad content because I'm back with another toad video. You guys got to meet our toad, Paul. Sadly, since then, we have had to rehabilitate him, but he was in a very natural enclosure. We still made him hunt down his own food. We put crickets and mealworms in there, and he had to hunt down his own food by himself. So he was still living a very natural life. We were keeping him for breeding purposes, and we were trying to get a female so that we could breed them and rise the population for where we live. But we did not find a female, and so we didn't want to keep him from making more toads in his ecosystem, and so we decided to rehabilitate him for that purpose. But does not mean we are saying goodbye to toads on this channel, because you guys haven't met Froakie. So we met Froakie today, and it is best if you find a toad and you want to keep it. If you really want an American toad, you should keep the toadlets. You probably shouldn't keep an adult because that would be taking away from the ecosystem. We did keep one because we were going to breed him, but it didn't work out. So anyway, we have a toadlet here named Froakie, named after a Pokemon, and we are going to show him to you guys today. I'm going to be giving a few tips for new toadlet owners of how to take care of them. Not a full guide like last week's video, but just a few little tips to help you with your new little toadlet. So here is Froakie. He is super tiny, probably the size of my pinky nail. And he is super sweet, and he is like super chill too. So like he can just like sit on our finger and stay there. And so yeah, he's super sweet. Now I was a little bit sad about rehabilitating Paul, but we were taking away from the ecosystem, and so we decided we did not want to do that, and we wanted to have him live out his full life back in the wild, and so we did rehabilitate him. But we can still have toad care videos because now we have Froakie, and we're planning to keep him for his whole life because he is a toadlet, so he's not taking away from the ecosystem. And anyways, he was probably going to be eaten by a predator because he is a toadlet. Toadlets like this obviously cannot eat big crickets or big mealworms because their little mouths and bellies are way too small for that. So the main thing that we're feeding to him is pinhead crickets. That's probably the best thing to feed to your toadlet. You can also feed, I think it's de-winged fleas, I don't know, de-winged gnats, de-winged fruit flies, something like that. But I just prefer not to do that. So we do pinhead crickets, and as I get a little older, you can keep moving up sizes of crickets until you get to the large size, which should be at the age of adult. Found something that you think is a toadlet, you really want to make sure they are, just so that you don't mix them up with frogs, because they're really easy to mix up with frogs at this stage because they haven't fully developed their characteristics. And so you really want to look at their pattern, see if it's like the American toad pattern. And right here you can see he does in fact have that. So they won't fully be developed with their patterns, but they should have close to the normal American toad pattern, so it should be easy to tell if you look close enough. But also these guys are by the water a lot at this stage because they're first coming out of the water because they are toadlets. And so you want to make sure you do not mix them up with frogs. Sorry if you don't like toad content, this is just what I was doing this week. And I'm excited to watch this little Froakie grow. If you really enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell so you get notified every time we make a new video. Bye!